going. But welcome again if you just joined. I am Ohimai Chanjukum, and today I'm happy to be joined by friends from the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. And today we're going to delve into conversations concerning that historical reserve, and you may have seen videos or you may have visited, but the intricacies of it is what we're going to discuss here on the show. I have here with me Dr. Collins Rawlings Nunyoname. I was careful to pronounce the name, and we actually had a conversation as to, how to do it right, but I hope I got it right, Doc.
You got it right.
I got it right. Nunyoname. He's the acting executive director of the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park, and he's here with me today with Sally Abba Okran, who is the head of marketing and event at the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. Good afternoon, friends, and welcome.
Thank you. Good
Happy
afternoon.
to see you.
Happy to see you too.
Thank you. Today we are going into the conversation of Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park, which happens to be one of Ghana's biggest and most notable monumental historical reserves. And for me, I have never visited. So, see, the way you are raising your eyebrows at me
right after this interview,
I know. I have never visited, but I tried the routes around the area within the enclave, and so I see it. I've seen videos of the renovation and everything it comes with. Now let's begin from the significance of this memorial park. Doc, I'll start with you.
Thank you very much, Ohima. Well, the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park had been established in 1992 by the former president, Flight Lieutenant Rawlings, His Excellency. And this was to commemorate his legacy and also to help share and preserve his legacy generally. Since then, he had performed that function through guided tours and through exhibitions here and there. Why is this very, very important? We have to go back a little bit into history to understand why this is important. Now, Dr. Nkrumah was the founder of Ghana. I know there are contentions around this subject, and there may be some fair points for those who may contest it. That Dr. Nkrumah probably was not the only person who acted or who did gain independence for Ghana. But I always say freedom is not free. It's never been free anywhere in this world. And so it takes courage, it takes organization. And although there were a lot of people who may have had this desire for freedom, who may have even formalized that desire in one shape or form, the one who catalyzed the organizational processes that eventually culminated in our independence was Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. He mobilized the citizens. He took this whole concept in the space of 2 years, tried to mobilize the whole country behind himself through the creation of the CPP also, and then gained the independence. Now we're talking about the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park, and this is the park dedicated to his memory.
Right.
You cannot fully understand our history as a country if you remove the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park from this. Now, the grounds of that now is the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park also hold particular significance. This was, until the Declaration of Independence, the exclusive preserve of the British colonial elites. It used to be the polo ground where they would go and have fun. And from the history, it was not a lot of people, in fact, certainly not Gold Coasters, were allowed there under normal circumstances. And so Dr. Kwame Nkrumah decided to choose this place, which was, of course, directly opposite the old Parliament House. Decided to choose this place to symbolize our freedom, to symbolize at least freedom in the initial concept, the political conception of it, from colonial rule, to kind of symbolize our break. What used to be the sole preserve of the British is no longer the case. What used to be the place where the British is no longer the case. So that kind of, the place itself holds particular significance for our story as a people, for our story as Ghanaians. I think also, I mean, while there may be issues around, again, to the point of the Nkrumah's role in the whole independence, it also symbolizes a particular connection between Ghana and our whole Pan-African agenda. You know, you have Pan-African TV, and your goal of Pan-African TV is ultimately uniting Africa.
Right.
And Dr. Nkrumah was the one single most important actor in that space, as far as the African continent was concerned. Yes, the idea of Pan-Africanism had existed. Du Bois and others, Badmore. In fact, he was influenced by their writings. And so the idea has existed. But Nkrumah took it a notch higher, and it became the symbol for African unity on the continent, not just on the continent, but across the world generally. And so the park has huge significance. As a country, we still pride ourselves as a country that favors Pan-Africanism, that supports Pan-Africanism, that is leading. In fact, we have I think we have the African Continental Free Trade, whatever, headquarters here, which is again one of the things that Nkrumah would have wanted. Yeah. So clearly, the park holds huge significance for our history as a people, for our history as a people, for our role within the African context, the African context of politics and regional integration. So I think if you haven't been there, and you just said you haven't been there,
I think I should.
You are not fully a Ghanaian. You are not fully a Ghanaian.
Even though I have a Ghana card.
You are not fully a Ghanaian.
Even though I have a Ghanaian passport.
Yes, you have a Ghanaian passport, but you see, a lot of people can have Ghanaian passport who may not even know a lot of the things that they should know as Ghanaian.
I know, and that is something that I was going to come to in terms of the patronage and how people, I mean, me for example, if I'm using myself as an example, I could count, or I could even come to a reasonable conclusion that most Ghanaians haven't been there yet. And usually you see foreigners or people from the diaspora coming to Ghana, and this is the place they want to be. What do you make of that? I mean, in terms of being in Ghana and not even making an effort to visit the park. Let me come to you, Miss Nancy.
Sorry.
Miss Sally, I beg your pardon. I'm always, it's either I'm butchering the name or I'm interchanging the names. I'm so sorry.
You're forgiven.
But I mean, Nancy Fitty. Right. Let's look at the patronage in terms of being Ghanaian and not visiting sites like these.
So I think that's the notion. But I think our 2024 report showed that most of our visitors were domestic.
Wow.
Were Ghanaian visitors, yes.
Wow.
Yes. And it was surprising. Yeah. So I think that's the notion out there, that the non-Ghanaians tend to come or visit the park more than Ghanaians, but then no, that's not it. Ghanaians also do come there as well, but yes, we have more work to do because you're not the first person. I've heard someone also say that I haven't been here before. I haven't been here before. I was like, okay, so before the renovation, you had never visited the park. He said no. So that's why we are embarking on an outreach program to start from the very roots. Now, if you get the opportunity to visit the park whilst you're in school, like majority of the work is done. These excursions bring a lot of people to the park, and it helps. It sets the foundation straight. So we are about to reach out to schools.
I'm sure it's part of the plans you have for the Ghana month and for the year, probably. We are going to come into that.
Right.
But let us see, the historical perspective, the purpose or object for the Memorial Park with how, in terms of it preserving, the idea of African Pan-Africanism, Kwame Nkrumah's history, among other things. Do you think Ghanaians have knowledge enough whether or not we have visited this particular park?
Well, it's a yes and no. Yes to majority of the old folks, people above 40, but a significant no to majority of the people below 40. In fact, the Gen Zs. Somebody jokingly said that if we were to do, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was voted the African man of the millennium by BBC listeners in 2000. And somebody just jokingly said that, hey, if we were to do the same vote today, he won't win. And you know why he won't win? Because maybe Shatta will win. Maybe the Nigerian singers will win. Which is again the reason the park exists, and this is the reason also that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama decided to uplift the agency in terms of appointing an executive director. This park had always existed just as a unit.
Yes, I was going to come to that in terms of there being an organogram. That exists in the operations of the park.
Right.
And I wouldn't have thought that there's an executive director. Maybe I would have thought managers and facility managers, but not an entire.
So your old conceptualization of the park is correct.
Right.
But His Excellency has decided that no.
Okay.
Dr. Kwame Nkrumah deserves a whole lot more. And we need to be doing a whole lot more in popularizing his ideas and ideals. Right. And so he has decided to upgrade it to a full state agency now by the appointment of executive director. I don't believe that from now onwards, I think this park will have executive directors. Yes. And that has huge influence, huge impact on the structure and functioning of the park. I mean, if you pay attention, you probably have seen that we have become a little more visible in the public space than used to be the case. I mean, this would not have been if you only had a small manager somewhere, some director or some other person who just comes in there as a manager, but as a full state agency, there's a whole lot more we should do, we can do and should be doing. This is just a beginning. But I'd like to go back to your point about the domestic thing, domestic versus external thing. See, while we are contesting Dr. Nkrumah's role here, to many, many millions of people outside of this country, Dr. Nkrumah is probably the most visible Ghanaian. Nobody learns about African history without knowing Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
Absolutely.
Across the continent, in Europe, in America, in Asia, if they know of African history, if they have learned about anything African history, they have learned about Dr. Kwame Nkrumah history. So there is a certain desire for people who are here from other parts of the world to want to see, because they feel that to know the story of Ghana, they have to be at the place. They have to see the tomb. His body lays there now. That's where we have him. He is resident there at the park. Right. And so you want to be connected to him. The Ghanaian side is not bad. Sally has confirmed it. I think last year we had over 200,000 Ghanaian visitors. I think we had about 60,000 foreign visitors. So that's 60,000 foreign visitors. It's still a lot of numbers, even though we believe that number can still significantly rise if we do the things that we need to do right. And again, 200,000 is a very small number if you think about the total population of Ghana.
Yes.
And so it's not where it has to be. It has to grow much stronger. And I think that We will try to get as many people as need to be to visit the park, but we are also going to have to invest in some.
But in terms of those numbers, were they resident in Accra or they traveled all over from Ghana?
All over, except that the majority seem to be from the southern part of Ghana.
Okay.
Southern to some extent, even the middle belt. A lot of the numbers from the northern regions are absent, and it is something that we have noted and are trying to work around. You can understand why it's difficult for them to visit the park. I mean, even people coming from Takoradi, or people coming from even Kumasi, have some difficulties, and so you can imagine if you have to go all the way to Tamale or to Boku or somewhere. But it is something that we have noted. I mean, looking at our statistics, something that we have noted, and we'll take actions or steps to make sure we redeem them.
Right, and you mentioned that it is now a full state agency, right? Is it under the auspices of any of the major, ministries or agencies? I.e., I would have thought the tourism.
Yes, it's actually an agency under the Ministry of Tourism.
Okay.
It's an agency under the Ministry of Tourism.
And so the Ministry of Tourism funds operations of the Memorial Park?
Actually...
Or it is internally generated funds that are used to fund?
Okay. So the ministry doesn't actually fund any state agency directly.
Okay.
Per se. I think the government, through budgetary allocations,
right,
and the ministry provides supervision. And so in that context, yes, the ministry provides supervision, not direct funding per se.
Right.
Yes, the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park.
But is that to say that, I'm sorry to truncate, but is that to say that government allocates funds to the Memorial Park or for the Memorial Park?
Yes, we have some budgetary allocation, particularly to take care of staff, emoluments. So that is there. But besides that now, okay, and then we may also have some small money coming here and there to do some capital expenditure, but it's not much, I can tell you that. Even though I know there is a desire on the part of government to increase it, I think we are still in the process now. Okay. The ministry is also very much, support and supporting to make that move so we can have a little bit more. But largely, our funding is from IGF. Our funding is largely from IGF. It was in the news earlier this year, I think January, that we made about 10 million Ghana cedis.
Is that the case?
Well, that's true.
Wow, that's a great job.
That's true.
Or that's below the belt or the budget.
Well,
or the
it actually represents about 2 million extra from the total that we made in 2024. So there is some marked improvement. But we as a state agency also have a lot of needs, and so a lot of that goes back right into keeping the place, and so it doesn't give us a lot of space in terms of doing the big things that we need to be able to do. Yes, I think so far it's been able to help us keep the place, put the place in a good shape. But we need a whole lot more in order to actually do some of the big budget items that we need to be able to tackle.
Right, Ms. Ali, I'm going to come to you on the plans you have, but let me finalize with Doc on maintenance culture. I know that you rake in some revenue to sort of maintain the place, among other things. But maintenance culture in Ghana is a big problem. It's a canker. In fact, it's a chronic issue in Ghana. Once we have something beautiful that we all love, it will all benefit. I mean, it will benefit all of us. The next time you see that thing, it is in the doldrums, and it's a problem. I mean, we reckon the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park when we were younger. People used to visit all of a sudden it came to a halt until its resuscitation. Tell us what your, should I say, prospective interventions are in terms of maintaining it for the longest time.
Well, I mean, when you talk about longest time, I tell my staff I have, how many years did I tell you?
No, I mean, for the time you're going to be there, you're going to have your plan that you're going to execute, but it doesn't have to stop with you. The back doesn't have to stop with you. You get where I'm coming from?
I get you. I mean, I get the import of your question.
The long-term sustainability plan.
Well, I think it all boils down to perspective, commitment. Yeah. Well, you say you haven't been to the park, so you won't know the difference. But a person who had been to the park multiple times, let's say last year, this year, or maybe 2 years earlier, will know what is the new things or what are the changes there.
Right.
They are, I believe, visible enough for everybody to see, to observe, and to feel. But as you know, generally the maintenance thing is also, I don't know where to put it, but we know it comes with some very, very bad attitude generally among us Ghanaians. Yeah? I mean, a person sees trash can here. The trash can, he's sitting here, and the trash can is right in his face. He's drinking water from the bottle. He's eating something in a
polythene.
Yeah, and yet, where does he leave it?
There.
He puts it here and goes. Yeah, so there is something that we ought to be doing generally. I don't know where we went wrong, whether it is in the educational curriculum. I don't know where we got it wrong, but generally, I think we have put in steps at the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park to maintain the place. I mean, and I take it like it's my baby. And if you,
as you should,
if you talk to any of my staff, you will get that feeling. I work literally 7 days a week.
Wow.
Unless I'm outside of Accra.
Wow.
If I'm outside of Accra, of course, yeah. But if I am in Accra here, I am in the office every day.
Wow. Every
single day. And so we have the place, it's in good shape. Everything is functioning very well, and we make sure that it stays so for as long as I am there. It takes a lot of commitment, as I said, because not everything is cozy. The power sometimes has issues, the water supply sometimes has issues, and you need to be on your toes consistently to make sure that people don't see the problems. That the problem gets resolved even before it becomes visible. So far, so good. I don't think we have any problems with maintenance at the park. I think it is probably one of the most well-maintained
right,
places, public places in Ghana now.
Wow.
And it might interest you to know that the Ghana Tourism Authority last year, for example, also recognized this and I think awarded as the Tourism Site Development of the year.
Wow, congratulations.
2025. Yeah. And so I think we're doing something. It may not be full yet, it may not be doing 100%, but I think from where we used to be to where we are, I think we're doing something, and I think that it is visible enough for people to see. So yes, you're concerned about maintenance. We're trying to keep the route, the access route. I mean, we try to fix it. It's not completely fixed. We're still working with the urban roads. They made some good promises to us, and I'm appealing to the director of urban roads. I'm thanking him in advance for initiating the process, and I'm appealing to him to stick with the process so that we can get that done. The fountain is back, it's clean.
So this actually ties into some of the challenges you face.
Yes,
and
yes,
that will make us cover so finances and some infrastructural
Yes.
nitty-gritties that have to be catered for. Right?
So generally, I think the maintenance is okay.
Right.
It's not 100%.
But what do you guys think if we have an on-site, interview? You show us around, and that'll be part of my visits. That'll be my grand entry.
Any day,
If you want us to go right after this interview, if you want us to go right, and I will be happy to take you by myself. Yeah.
So I think we need to plan it very well so that we can also have first-hand, sight of what the place looks like.
Absolutely,
now.
absolutely. I mean, I'm happy
we'll be visiting subsequently, so that we'll be telling Ghanaians the good things that some leadership is doing with the Memorial Park.
Thank you so much. I'm happy you brought this up because it's part of our. It's part of our programs to bring some of you media people and do the tours. I mean, I think we've been lucky so far. We've had the Ways or TV come there, went through the park, and then we had Joy Business also was there. George, thank you so much. I mean, he's done some good work. And so, I mean, we'll be happy.
Yeah.
We'll be happy to have you. If you want it every week, we will.
All right, Doc, I'll come back to you, but let Sally take us through some of the plans you have. We're in Ghana month, and so I believe that, the propagating Ghanaian history also is embedded in the whole celebration of Ghana month, so that we are reminded of who we are, where we came from, the gallant men and women that toiled for us and have brought us this far. And this monumental historical reserve cannot be taken off the conversation. What are your plans? And even when Ghana Man started, does it look like has been more engaging than it is on an ordinary day, or is still the same?
Yes, so it's been more engaging. Yes, every year we expect the match is like the highlight of our visits. Yeah, so this year has been great. We had some activities for the month of March, which has kickstart already. We had Freedom Night. Right. Freedom Night, yes, was a cultural night. It was a collaboration between Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park and then the National Theatre to, let's say, Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park was established because of Kwame Nkrumah, right? And then National Theatre too was given birth through Kwame Nkrumah's, So we came together to bring about the Freedom Night, a cultural event.
So the two babies of Kwame Nkrumah came
together to do this. The night of orchestra, music, dance. We had a Ghana International Trade Fair. Kwame Nkrumah was all about industrialization as well. Right. So then why not bring together entrepreneurs, people doing amazing things made in Ghana products. It will amaze you the things that people displayed and exhibited there. Amazing jam made in Ghana. You see art, you see very unique products, and everything was displayed at Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. It was we finished yesterday. The exhibition we finished yesterday. We had something for the Gen Zs as well. That was for the culture. So Doug was also, we were all talking about how those below 40 are not too abreast with all that. So yes, so the Gen Zs also had something they called it a Thanksgiving to Dr. Kwame Nkrumah for toiling, for toiling for Ghana and all that. So yeah, so this week has been amazing. But then the rest of the weeks in March, we are still looking forward to receiving schools, Ghanaians, international visitors as well. Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park should not be seen just as a monument, just as a tourist space. It should be seen as the place where independence began from. It should be seen as a place, exactly, a place where you come, you hear about the life of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the struggles he went through and all that, and then the history of Ghana. So, so for the month of March, We are calling on to every Ghanaian, domestic, into those outside as well, to come and visit the park. And then visitor experience is very important to us, so we have beefed up that aspect. When you come, data collection is seamless. From data collection is seamless. We have a souvenir shop as well, where you can have some memorabilia of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and all that. We have great parks, so it's a park. So we have lovers benches where you can sit to look at the water fountain and all that, and then you get to hear about the beautiful story about Ghana and then Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
Very interesting. We mentioned that it has to be home to every Ghanaian. So every Ghanaian should be able to wake up one morning and say, you know what, let me go and refresh my memory on, you know, how it all started, and or just refresh myself basically. But since it's a park, is it also given out to people to have events and other things there?
Yes, yes. So it's a park. Yes, we rent out the space for events as well. It's an outdoor space that we rent for events, so you can have your event by our beautiful fountain or our beautiful Pan-African grounds. And we have another stretch to about 4 different locations on the park where you can have your meetings. We have an indoor space for a smaller group that wants to have meetings there. So all through the year we have bookings, and then yes, we have bookings for this year 2026 as well. So then we are also calling on to corporate institutions and even individuals to come and then book the space as well for their events.
Right. Very interesting. I can't wait to visit. And this is like my favorite, this one behind you. I am not African because I was born in Africa, but because Africa was born in me. That's why I'll take my first photo when I visit.
Do you understand that?
Yeah, I do. I mean, it means the identity of being African cannot be taken away from him as a person. I mean, who uttered these words. Wherever he's taking to in this part of the world, he remains African.
It's in him.
It's indelible.
Yeah, that's true, and that's true, and that's his vision. That's Dr. Nkrumah's vision. That underlies his belief about Pan-Africanism, that Africans coming together as a bloc, as a group of people. Yeah, it doesn't matter whether you were born in the West Indies, you were born in Trinidad.
Quote Dr. Kwame Nkrumah made about the unification of Africa. I do not have it off head, but it goes along the line. I was trying to find it on Google. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, if you can find it as well.
What's it about?
It's about the unification of Africa.
Yeah, Dr. Nkrumah says so many things about the unification of Africa. You know,
but that one stands out for me a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, saying about unification of Africa.
To him, unification was the only instrument that can help us gain our dignity as Africans. Because you see all the developments that are happening around the world. I mean, presidents taken hostage, I mean, abducted literally from their homes. President killed in their residences. I mean, as far as he was concerned, there's nothing anybody can do about it. But until we get together as Africans, that can happen to everybody. And when he himself was removed in 1966, he provided further evidence that indeed, and there was nothing anybody can do about it at the time. Yeah, but that is the evidence that, hey, if you don't come together, you are all going to be exposed.
I found it.
You found it.
So it's actually the liberation of Africa. It says that our independence is meaninless unless it is
linked to the total liberation, right?
The total liberation of Africa. And I like that quote so much.
And it's a beautiful quote, and it's a quote that a lot of us don't take time to reflect on. And the fact that he was mentioning this in the first speech, the very first speech, independence speech, the very first speech.
The independence of Africa,
yes,
but in relation to the liberation, I mean the independence of Ghana, but
it's meaningless.
It's meaningless, completely
meaningless.
And yesterday I shared on our staff platform Honorable Samia explaining that, and I kind of like the way she explained it. Yeah. Ghana, yes, you have independence, but your independence is useless
if Africa
is not united. The very same things Dr. Nkrumah was accused of. He was accused of wasting our money. But hey, think about it. Could we have survived independently? Could we, as a single country, if we were the only ones who were could we have survived? Now, as we are here, as a country, are we? How independent are we? I mean, are we truly independent? If President Trump coughs today, will we hide? Will we not run? I mean, like, so we are not. But think about what would happen. And he invested in it, yeah? Absolutely. You don't just believe something. You don't say that, hey, your independence is meaningless. All that we have done, all the things that we have achieved so far, they are good, but they are pointless unless the whole of Africa is united. Right. Of course. And then he committed to that, and people also accused him of wasting our money. But today, I believe, of course, we are making some progress. It is just too slow. I mean, think about it. I mean, how much do we pay for visa to go to other African countries? And how long does it take you to reach Mauritius? Yeah? Yeah, I mean, so the progress is very slow. But Dr. Nkrumah, I'm only trying to explain this thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah? It's meaningless. He is telling you, hey, whatever it is you think we are celebrating today is pointless. Unless Nigeria is independent, unless Burkina Faso is independent, unless we come together, unless we all come together, Burkina Faso, Mali, Guinea, and when he did, he committed, he focused, he committed the resources that he needed to spend, and even those became part of his crimes. Yeah. But shouldn't we now, in 60 years after his overthrow, are we better off now? Should we have, if we have the same resources, if we can afford the same resources, should we not spend those in trying to bring us together? Yeah?
I mean, we've seen some happenings even in this side of the African region, where some countries like Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, they are breaking away from the colonial dictatorship and
forming their own, right?
And forming an alliance.
The whatever of Sahel states. The Sahel Alliance.
Yes.
You see what is happening?
Yeah. So it's.
I mean, think about it. Think about it. Burkina Faso used to be, I mean, it's a very poor country. Mali, very poor country. Niger, very poor country.
They able to survive on their own.
They have broken away from IMF, World Bank, and all the US aid and all the other things. They have not benefited from them. We are still importing things from Burkina Faso in Niger.
Yeah.
Can we be independent? We can if we come together. That was all the point Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was making by that statement. That we can only be viable. We can only be strong. We can only, independence is now, somebody said it yesterday, I think one of your former employees here, the lady at the office of the vice president.
Yeah, Amma.
And I thought she said it very nicely. Independence is not just about our freedom to exist. It's about dignity. Yeah? It's about economic independence. It's about survivability. Yeah? And you can't get any of those.
I mean,
unless we are united. I bring a little passion to these things because, I mean, if you think about it, how Dr. Nkrumah was demonized, simply for pursuing some of these things. That in hindsight, we now all recognize that, oh, look, I mean, Sahel Association or whatever it is, Alliance of Sahelian States, they are existing. How many years after they broke away from ECOWAS and broke away from all the other, I mean, they were banned, they were sanctioned from all the other places. They are still surviving. They are still exporting things to us. So it's not unthinkable. We should go back to our roots. And you should start by coming to the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial. You see, because, when you come and hear the story and see his tomb, and then they tell you the story, it's a different connection. You don't leave that place like you would read it in a textbook. The feeling is different. I mean, when you see like, this is where he's laying, and then I mean, see other things. The very table that he worked on. I mean,
actually,
I was telling, I think, who was this? His Excellency, the Prime Minister of St. Kitts. Yeah, he visited last week, and I said, this is the table from where all the major decisions Dr. Nkrumah made. This is where he came from. Yeah, it's a different feeling when you can see these things and hear the story alongside. I think people should come.
I can imagine. I can imagine. I read the historical perspective written by Professor Donatha.
Okay.
And that.
But by the way, Donatha actually was the one who designed
the architect for
the
the
mausoleum.
He did, because he did a great job with giving an account of Nkrumah's life. And I mean, I couldn't have heard it from anywhere to have appreciated it more than the way he puts it. I don't know if you've seen that book, but maybe when I'm visiting, I'll bring you a copy.
I haven't seen. He himself.
I'll bring you my copy.
Maybe next week. I mean, so many things on the table. That's why. But yeah,
absolutely amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm happy that you have joined us here. We've spoken about your plans. Did you mention your plan for the year of just March? Okay, so let's do that.
So yes, so one, educational programs. Okay. So that we are reaching out to schools to embark on a visit, to not just come into the place. No, that's not what we are mostly interested in. Come and be imbibed with history. Come and learn about the great Osajifo, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Come and learn about Ghana, the Ghana we have today, where it was, where it came from, and then how we even got the name. Everything you've been taught in school, your history. Just come and live it at Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. And with that, we are also partnering with NUCS to also reach out to the tertiary, to reach out to the tertiary institutions as well. All that's in the spirit of collaborating and then promoting cultural events and all that. So so that's that, and then we're also embarking on some strategic partnerships. Yes, media partnerships, institution partnerships with corporate institutions. Another baby of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, which is Akosombo, the hotel, Volta Hotel. Yes, another partnership is with Volta Hotel. You know, that hotel was given birth to through the establishment of the dam. And then it seems the workers there needed a place to rest their heads and all that, so he gave birth to that hotel. Now, you come to Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park, you get to hear and learn about what Kwame Nkrumah did, the things he established and all that. So we are linking it. Come to Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park, we take you on a tour there, and then you get to also spend a day at Akosombo. Get to see the dam. You see the dam, you see this hotel and all that. So we are linking all that, a whole package. You get to experience the Dodi Island, this Volta Lake. Get to experience that. You go to the Dodi Island and all that. So that is will be in September, God willing. So that's also another partnership. So strategic partnerships, these educational programs, the customer experience I told you about, that one you have to come to the park to experience it, right? And then also visibility. We are strong on social media, we are strong on our websites, we are strong in print, digital, everywhere. We are strong. History Club, talking about the educational, we want to is on our plans to be able to establish the Kwame Nkrumah History Club in schools. So it's something you should look out for. And then parents, if you're watching, be ready and willing for your wards to join once we come to a school near you. Yes, so that's just a few of the plans we have.
Many, I mean, I see there's a library. Is it open to everyone?
Okay, so the library no, we don't have a library yet. We have the huge signage on the wall. But this year, it is one of our plans to have this library opened, I tell my people, whether with one book and one table,
Yeah, I think that would have been,
whether it's one computer,
yeah,
whatever the case be, we will open
we
the
must.
library.
Yeah.
But I know that it will be much better than just what I have described.
Right.
I know the government itself is very much interested in this and has taken steps already. The minister, my minister, Honorable Ablaji Fagomashi, has already invested substantial energy to make sure that the library gets off the ground. Honorable Amakofi is deeply committed to making sure that this is done. Honorable Jesse Question has expressed grave interest in making sure that so yes, we are trying to lobby all the people that we can lobby to make sure that this library comes alive in September. This September we will open our library.
Right.
One way or the other, but I can tell you it's not going to be one book. It's not going to be. You know, we're also working with Honorable Samia Nkrumah Foundation, Kwame Nkrumah Foundation, to make sure that we can get this done. She talked very much also about some of the partnerships. NUCS, for example, is a strategic one, because if you think about it, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah himself, everything that, all the skills Dr. Kwame Nkrumah gained to do all the things he did, he learned from school, university. I mean, think about it, that Dr. Kwame Nkrumah really didn't work 9 to 5. He didn't really have a 9 to 5 job. School. While in school, organizing the West African Students Union, organizing this, organizing that, organizing the 5th Pan-African Conference. And from there, he got noticed and was invited and continued the organization.
Yeah, I think...
so students are a very, very big force.
Right.
Unfortunately, when you look at our statistics, it's also the group that is missing largely.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's what I was going to come to.
And so we want this partnership to help us reach that group.
Right.
But you see, I talk about Gen Zs. And interestingly, Gen Zs have different expectations. They have different approaches to getting the news, getting the stories. And so we would have to bend a little bit to accommodate them. And so I'm sure some people may see some things on social media, may not. But these are Gen Zs. We cannot reach them by sidelining the things that interest them.
Absolutely.
Yeah? We have to leverage the things that interest them in order to tell them the story of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. And so I think some people are very sensitive, but I'm saying this so that going forward, we have to be innovative. The story, by all means, of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah must be told, and must be told very strongly and widely. I think that's, and we will use different tools. Different tools. We are going to have an exhibition in May, I think. All things considered, all things, if everything works as planned, we're going to have an exhibition. You know, there's an aspect of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah that people hardly talk about. His contribution to football. The inter-club or something, championship. The continental championship, club level championship that we play now. Hearts of Oak won it once, I think. Kotoko also won it once.
I'm not so familiar with football, so
that was founded,
I'm learning.
That was personally founded by Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. He used sports. But how many people know this aspect of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah? All they see is his political speeches. We want to do an exhibition that will reflect, that will show this part of him. All the things that he did, all the speeches he gave on sports, and how he used sports, and this particular football. We're partnering with 54 Kingdoms. And the theme of this thing will be Beyond the Goal.
Beyond the Goal. More than a goal.
More than a goal,
while you're talking about ways, innovative ways to sort of sustain the historical knowledge of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, I was thinking, okay, I'm waiting for a day when you say, maybe you say you collaborated with National Theatre, so we're doing a huge play of retelling the story of Dr. Kwame? This is an idea.
Yes, honestly speaking.
Yeah, so it's something like that in the pipeline.
Yes, something like that is in the pipeline. It may not be for this year, but certainly for next year. Yeah. I mean, what we did with the Freedom Night was the first time ever in the history of the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. We had it presented a learning curve for us in more ways than one. But I think we like how it went, and people who attended will soon. We are editing the videos, and if you are willing for us to play this on your channel, we'll be more than happy to have this played back on your channel. But I know we are working with TV3 to play this back on their TV channel. The idea is simple. Yeah, the idea is simple. This is Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, who, in his first speech on Independence Day, told us that we must develop our own African personality and identity. And he moved from there to create the Institute for African Studies, yeah, and then created the National Symphony Orchestra, and then later on created the Ghana Dance Ensemble, yeah. He created all these instruments. What for? To help us establish what our African personality and identity should be. Yeah. To know about ourselves, to embrace our culture, to embrace our food, to embrace the things that we wear, and to wear them without any feeling of shame. Yeah. So what we did, the Freedom Night idea is essentially to use the Kwame Nkrumah creations, the park itself partnering with National Theatre, and of course using the Ghana Dance Ensemble, the National, and then the National Orchestra, and then the drama group, to project this while having fun, of course. I mean, it was very good. It was very beautiful. I mean, the people that were there, we got their perspective, we got their feedback, and we will play that back. And the hope, as you have mentioned, is that next year we'll collaborate with some more institutions, bring them in, okay? Hopefully, we will come to some of the institutions Dr. Kwame Nkrumah founded, Valco, Tema Oil Refinery, GCB, VRA. We'll come to you. Please, when we come, please understand us and help us. But we will try to bring all of this together to produce some of the things that we need to invest in making sure that your identity is not lost. You know, now we are losing it.
Yeah.
How many people? This is why the president's and the minister's directive on the FUGU, for example, make a lot of sense. Otherwise, very soon, people would, our youth, the ones who are now entering university or exiting university, would not be interested in working in FUGU. Yeah, they won't be interested in wearing it. I mean, they like the.
I mean, the whole initiative of celebrating Ghana Month was a good one in order to also preserve our history and to constantly remind us, because on that during the celebration there's a lot of Ghanaian culture, our heritage, activities and other things going on. But today I have learned, and I have also purposed in my heart to visit the Memorial Park in grand style. I'm going to tell you the details, but our viewers are going to find that out later. But thank you so much for joining us. It's been amazing. Now we've learned about some of the activities that are in the pipeline with the Memorial Park. Thank you, Dr. Collins Rawlings Nunyo Name.
Do you know what that Nunyo Name means?
Tell me.
It means prosperity.
Prosperity. I tap into your prosperity. And Saliyama Okran, who is the head marketing and event, the head of marketing and event at the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. And Dr. Collins Rawlings is the acting executive director. Thank you so much. Is there any last thing you want to finally say? Encourage people to come to the park. What is it? I'm giving you just 30 seconds each.
Well, thank you for the opportunity that you have provided. I think you have helped us also to reach to many people who, like yourself, may never have even thought about visiting the park. But there is one thing that I wanted us to also add. You see, beyond everything, it is a park. And so we are trying to improve the aesthetics, the look and feel of the park. And we are also trying to improve. So she talked already about the lavish benches, beautiful lavish benches, by the way. The scene, the scenery is beautiful. If you and your spouse, you don't know where to go, please pass by. You may have come here already, you may have heard the story already. Now just come, sit down. You know, we have beautiful restaurants, we have great restaurants. In fact, we have 2 places, Snack Bar restaurant and a couple other places. You have food, beautiful food, sit down around the musical fountain, especially in the night. You will love it, yeah? By 6, we close at 7.
You're open from morning to
9 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Yeah, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. This past 3 days, I think we've extended it to around 8:30. So, I mean, if you have time, just pass by. You don't need to be looking for the story of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. If you already have heard that story, just come, sit down, relax. We are hoping to introduce Wi-Fi before the end of the year. We've had problems with it, with the network, the way it existed. We tried to do it, but we realized that we have to redo the network completely, and that is a little more substantial in terms of the capital outlay than we thought. So we postponed it a little bit. But at least when you come to the
reception,
when you come to the reception,
access to Wi-Fi.
You have free Wi-Fi, unlimited free Wi-Fi. So feel free. The day you come and just let us know. We might be able to put one in the pack for you.
All right, Sally. Anything?
Yes. So Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park is open to everybody. Everybody. Please do not look at the edifice and say like, this is open to just a group of. Please, Kwame Nkrumah is for all. So the park is open to everybody. Our space is safe, child-friendly, disability-friendly as well. Our washrooms, the slopes, everything. So please do pass by, and then our rates are also very, very moderate. So kindly do pass by Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park, and we can't wait to have you.
Indeed, I can't wait to be there myself, and I know the one who is just like me, who hasn't visited yet, is also itching, based on our conversation today, to visit the Memorial Park. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you same time next week. I am Ohima Echanjikun. To stay.